Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. One of the most joyful moments for human beings is being blessed with a new baby as a son or a daughter. Many fathers and mothers will tell you the realization of having a new child fills them with excitement and happiness. At the same time, there are Islamic recommendations for us all to take into consideration when blessed with a new child. These will bring about abundant blessings, reward, and protection, inshallah. Here are 10 Islamic recommendations when blessed with a new baby. Number 1, adhan and iqamah. It is the sunnah of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to recite adhan in the right ear and iqamah in the left ear of a newborn. In a widely reported hadith, he said this is a protection from the evil of shaitan. Do this as soon as possible. This Islamic tradition indicates that the first sounds a baby hears plays an important role in the nature of the child, and which also has many effects on the upbringing as well as their future. 2, to be pleased. A baby is a beautiful gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, it's incumbent upon believers to display satisfaction with whatever the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala grants them, boy or girl. It is narrated that when Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam was giving glad tidings of the birth of his child, he didn't ask whether it was a boy or a girl, but rather first asked, is the creation okay? Then he recited the following: Alhamdulillah alladhi lam yakhluq minni shay'an mushawwaha. Praise be to Allah who did not create from me something disfigured. 3, washing the newborn. A highly recommended act is to give the baby a bath, but done according to Islamic recommendations. This means it's a ritual bath with the intention of ghusl, washing the head first, then the right and the left side of the baby. Now, this is recommended at birth and up to 3 days later. Of course, if any harm is to fall onto the baby, then this should be avoided. 4, clothing. When Imam Hassan alayhi salam was first born and was presented to the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was wrapped in yellow cloth. The Prophet requested that he is wrapped with white cloth instead. Hence, it's recommended that the baby is dressed in white clothing at the beginning. Number 5, tahniq. An interesting recommendation found in numerous narrations is what should be given to the baby as far as food. Of course, bringing the child to the mother, establishing skin-to-skin contact, as well as the mother's own milk are highly encouraged. Another important step is referred to as tahniq. This is when a small amount of something is placed under the tongue of the baby or under the lips. Now, narrations tell us that it could be the soil from the grave of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, water from the river Furat, dates or honey mixed with water. It's important that the amount used is very small, with consideration to the overall well-being of the child. Narrations have informed us that tahniq will increase the child's aspiration to seek truth, justice, and love for the Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam, penetrating this in the newborn soul from the very beginning of their life. 6, choosing a good name. Selecting a good name for the newborn is considered as the first benevolent act the family performs for the child. The best names are those which indicate the servitude and relation of a person to his creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Hence, it's recommended to name the child after holy prophets, imams, as well as righteous individuals who have established great legacies in the eyes of the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala. Please note that choosing a name for a child should be done before birth. And if it is not known what the gender of the newborn is, you may choose names for both genders. Of course, there is no problem in changing the name after the delivery. It is recommended that after a boy is born, he should be named Muhammad for the first 7 days, and then the parents may choose any other name if they so wish. At the same time, some names should be avoided because they symbolize wrong and injustices, like Shahab, Hariq, for example, or names used exclusively for the enemies of the Prophet and the Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam. If you have doubt regarding a name, please consult a scholar. 7, shaving the head. It is a recommended act to shave the hair on the head of a newborn on the 7th day after the birth and donate its equal weight in gold or silver for charity, and there is no difference as to whether the newborn is a girl or a boy. If shaving the hair brings about any harm, then it should be avoided. 8. Circumcision of the boy. It is a recommended act to circumcise the newborn boy on the 7th day after his birth, and it is permissible to delay it up until the age of puberty. It is narrated from Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam that children should be circumcised as it makes their body cleaner, makes the meat of the body grow faster, and the earth has an aversion to the urine of an uncircumcised person. Discuss with a medical professional on the best time to do the circumcision, since with modern techniques these days, this may need to be delayed for a few weeks. Don't forget to recite the dua at the time of the circumcision, and the dua is found under this video. Number 9, announcement and invitation. In Islamic teachings, it is encouraged to announce the birth of a newborn and invite people to a walima, food gathering, to celebrate. This can be combined on the 7th day after the circumcision, for example. It is narrated from Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam that he congratulated someone for the child that the Almighty subhanahu wa ta'ala had blessed him in the following manner. رزقك الله شكر الواهب وبارك لك في الموهوب وبلغ أشده ورزقك الله بره. May Allah bless you and bless that which He has granted you and make him reach physical maturity. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you with His righteousness. Finally, 10, aqiqah, offering a sacrifice. Slaughtering an animal after being blessed with a newborn is referred to as aqiqah, and it's highly recommended in Islamic teachings. It protects against trials and tribulations, and it was a practice of the Ahl al-Bayt alayhim as-salam. In Al-Kafi, there are over 50 hadiths, for example, on aqiqah. For instance, according to a hadith, Abu Talib alayhi salam slaughtered an animal for the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and according to other narrations, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam himself slaughtered animals for Imam al-Hasan and Imam al-Hussein, peace and blessings be upon them all. Here are some considerations regarding the aqiqah. It is recommended that the offering for a boy should be a male sheep and for a girl a female sheep. A cow or a camel can also be sacrificed. Now, the time of sacrifice is to be done ideally on the 7th day after the birth. And if it is delayed any time after that, it will still remain as a recommended practice. If the parents did not perform the aqiqah for the child, it is recommended that the child themselves do it when they become mature. It is recommended that the meat of the sacrifice be divided among the believers and to pray for the baby. But it is better to cook the meat and invite at least 10 people to eat and pray for the newborn. It is recommended that the poor are also invited. It is encouraged when cutting up the aqiqah not to break the bones. Another recommendation is that one leg and the thigh, or 1/4 of the sacrifice, should be given to the midwife. It is not recommended for the parents to have any of the meat of the aqiqah, especially the mother. Some beautiful du'as are also encouraged to be recited at the time of slaughtering. If you have any questions, please contact us using our website islamiced.org and visit the Ask the Sheikh section.